Capturing human motion is a fundamental task in computer animation and human-centered visual computing. While motion can be most accurately acquired in a controlled environment, the vast majority of human performances have been captured in an uncontrolled fashion in ordinary videos. This has motivated extensive research into 3D human motion reconstruction from video in recent years. Existing methods define a 3D human pose using positions of the joints and reconstruct motion by extracting a temporal sequence of such poses from video. While this positional representation may suffice for some applications, it's fundamentally incomplete. In particular, information about 3D joint rotations is missing. Joint rotations are necessary to drive realistic, rigged, and skinned 3D virtual characters, and they cannot be uniquely recovered from joint positions. In addition, a per-frame approach to pose recovery may not ensure that the skeleton geometry remains invariant across all frames, a necessary condition for most animations. In this work, we introduce a new data-driven approach to reconstruct the full motion of a single performance captured by a monocular video, without relying on any underlying constrained skeleton model or inverse kinematics optimization in post-processing. Our framework is inspired by the common working methodology in animation, which is integrated into the architecture of our deep neural network, coined MotionIt. MotionIt is trained on 2D 3D skeleton motion pairs and learns to decompose sequences of extracted 2D joint positions into two main attributes. The first is a temporal sequence of 3D joint rotations, global root positions, and foot contact labels, and the second is a single symmetric skeleton encoded by bone length, which define a geometric invariant across all frames. The skeleton and joint rotations are then fed into a differential forward kinematics layer, which applies the rotations to the skeleton's joints to reconstruct a motion sequence. The network loss is a combination of terms that account for the bone length, root global positions, and foot contact labels, as well as joint positions recovered by the forward kinematics layer. In addition, an adversarial loss encodes the rotational velocity to imitate the distribution of natural rotations. For more details, please refer to the paper. Our results demonstrate that MotionNet can reconstruct full, plausible motions directly from the output of the network based only on 2D joint positions extracted from monocular video. Here we show a comparison between MotionNet to other approaches. For the approaches which reconstruct joint positions only, it is possible to convert positional data into joint rotations in post-processing. Here, we demonstrate the contribution of the simulated confidence values to the results from videos in the wild. It can be seen that our approach improves the stability and temporal coherence that came from erroneous 2D detection. Here we show that the prediction of foot contact labels improves the visual quality of foot contact. Based on the predicted labels, foot contact can be further improved by using inverse kinematics in post-processing. There are different ways to represent joint rotations. Here is a comparison. MotionIt uses quaternions. Here we demonstrate that without adversarial loss, the recovered rotations might seem unnatural, despite the reliability of resulting poses. In addition, it can be seen that our network well estimates the global root positions. As the motion progresses in time, the marker becomes darker. Now we show more motion reconstruction results. It can be seen that MotionNet is robust due to the limited and highly correlated search space that is constrained by the geometry of the skeleton. Using standard post-processing, similarly to the one applied to data that was captured in a controlled environment, we can achieve even higher quality animations that can be used in various applications and game engines. Thank you.